stop building your financial reports manually. If you're still spending hours on a profit and loss, a cash flow statement, or a balance sheet, you're doing it wrong. Today, I'm going to show you how you can take thousands of raw data transactions and transform them into 5 professional grade reports in just a matter of minutes using Claude AI. Hi, this is Randy with Excel for Freelancers. Today, we're skipping the formulas and I'm going to show you how you can use saved skills to create essential accounting reports and a no-code navigation menu to finish it off. It's going to be a great training. I cannot wait. So let's get started. All right. Thanks so much. Great to have you here today. AI is changing the way we work, including how we work in Excel. Previously, we'd have to manually create reports. We don't need to do that. AI, combined with just the right skills and instructions, can create incredible reports, including a profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow statement, accounts receivable, and accounts payable. Today, we're going to do just that. In fact, we're going to tie everything together with a no-code navigational menu that is going to be taken care of by Claude, including all the skills. I'll make sure that everything is available to download. I've created 6 essential skills to do that, and I'll be going exactly over what those skills are. And of course, all of that is going to be available to you. So make sure you do click download in the link below. If you're on YouTube, make sure, of course, you look for the word download. Click the link below that. All the resources and all the instructions, everything will be in a zip file. If you're on my website, just look for the download word button. All right, so we're going to get started right away. Make sure you do get subscribed to our channel. We're trying to reach 1 million. All right, I've got a bunch of transactions here for the year of 2024, and I really need to generate reports and need to do it quickly. So how can we do that? Well, we're going to open Claude. And of course, if you don't have it, I'll be showing you how to get into that and how to get it very shortly. But we're going to get this started right away. So what I want to do is I want to create a profit and loss report. And I've created a skill for that, and I'll show you exactly what that is. But let's get this started right away with a very simple prompt. Please create a profit and loss statement using the raw data in this workbook. And then I'm going to call out a specific skill that I've developed just for this. And I'll show you what that is using a / to display all the skills. And I'm just going to call it P, and I'm looking it up now. So I've got it under Excel, and then we're going to scroll down and we're going to look here. It's under profit and loss, P&L report right there. So basically I want to use that specific skill, and that's it. And it's going to get started. So while that is working, let me show you how to get Claude in Excel. So inside Excel, we're going to go to the Home tab and we're going to click Add-ins. And what you can do is you can click More Add-ins. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go into the store here and you're just simply going to type in Claude here. And once you type in Claude, you're going to see Claude for Microsoft 365, and that's the one you want, and we'll just add it. Of course, I've already got it added. So that's how you get it installed. Then once you do that, you want to get signed up on Claude. Make sure you have an account with Claude. And it does require, I think, the smallest paid account. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for this. While it's building that, let me show you what I added in. We're going to go to, just briefly, the desktop version of Claude. So this is the desktop download version, and this is going to allow me to show you what's in a skill. And that's what I attached, that skill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Customize. And then what I'm going to do is skills. So skills. Now make sure you do grab the download version. Just go to Claude Online and look for the download of that, and that's going to enable you. So here's all the skills. So now when you select on the skill, now we're using the P&L report here. And so the P&L report here, we don't need that. So here's all the instructions that it's getting. It's all the steps, and it's the Python code, and it's basically everything it needs to build that. And I went through many iterations just to create a really good profit and loss and to make sure that it's accurate. And of course, all these skills, including the balance sheet, the cash flow, the accounts receivable, and the accounts payable. But you won't need to create a skill because all you need to do is upload the skills that I'm going to be sending you. So make sure you click the link in the download, grab the skills, unzip the file. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click Add a Skill here. Then create a skill and then upload a skill. And at this point, you're simply going to either drag and drop the skills or the .md files into this, and they're going to automatically be updated. You want to make sure that they're MD files so that it can recognize it. And that means markdown files so that Claude can understand exactly Once you have those, you'll see them inside the list here, and then you can select them and see the detail here. So that is going to allow you to quickly and easily create these reports without having to create the skill files yourself. And for our members, next week, I'll be adding a bunch more skills and a bunch more reports, including a dashboard. So make sure you do get inside our membership, and I'll include the link down below because there'll be even more available. So it's already created a P&L sheet here. Let's see the progress. Okay, it's adding the data, but it hasn't updated the columns yet. And here it's making one note. January shows a negative net income, minus 1740, because January had a 34,000 revenue against an 18,000 payroll and an 8.2 thousand contractors and other expenses. So that's accurate based on the raw data. So it recognized that anomaly, but it said it is accurate. So that's good. It's not only building the report, but it's checking the data. It's now updated the columns and the P&L. So we have a nice P&L here. All it did was that. So if we look in here, we've got sum if formulas. Everything's based on the raw data, which is looking really good. And it is accurate. I have checked it. Okay, very good. So we've got the P&L done in just a matter of a few minutes. We can even open a new chat and do the next one. So let's do the one for balance sheet. So I'm just going to type in the prompt. And once again, I'm calling in the balance sheet skill. To call it in, I'm going to use the / and then balance, and then I just have to type it in. Once it's located, I can select it, and it's going to create that. It's creating 5 steps here: creating the balance sheet, writing title, date and input, sum if formulas, write the totals, and then apply the formatting and the column widths. It's already created the new sheet. All right, after just a minute or two, the balance sheet is now done. It's looking quite good and very professional, and it's got an as of date, so it looks quite nice. All right, let's move on to the next statement, which is our cash flow statement. I'll just go back to the raw data, start a brand new Claude chat, and I'm just going to paste in our prompt here, and then I'm going to select the cash flow, which is our statement right here. That is the skill that we want to use. And then I'm just going to have it executed, and it's going to do just that. Create a new sheet and create a cash flow statement on that new sheet. Also, while that's working, just so you know, on the balance sheet and cash flow, I'm asking it to start always in column D, and that's going to leave enough room for our navigation menu, which is another skill I'll be sharing with you. That is going to go in column B. So notice that we have the balance sheet, the profit and loss, and the cash flow all start in column D. And that's cash flow is the one that's working on right now. And we can see it building the data and adding it in as we speak. And also, when you do see this comment here, skip all permissions, where we can accept all edits, or we can have it asked before. I'm going to click accept all edits to move things along. Okay, it's done pretty much. Now it's just a matter of lining up and organizing the columns, which it's going to do. All right, things are looking pretty good. It's automatically updated it, and we can scroll over and take a look. It's looking quite good. It's going to check the structure and make sure that it is correct before we move on to the next report. And it double checks, says the structure matches the skills expected columns, and all formulas are calculating correctly. So it does check the chain is correct. Perfect. So it's double checked all the data. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next one. We want one for accounts payable and another one for accounts receivable. So we're going to go into the raw data, and we're just going to start a new chat, and I'm simply going to paste in our prompt here. It says, please build an accounts receivable report from the sheet raw data using, and then I'm going to select the skills, which is our Excel accounts receivable here, the accounts receivable aging. That's the one I want. We'll do accounts receivable, and I'll just go ahead and continue that while it builds out that new report. Okay, we can now take a look at accounts receivable aging. We see it's created quite a nice report as of a certain date. December 31st, we have just about everything we need, and it's checked it for accuracy. Last up is the accounts payable. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go back to the raw data and just go into a new one. And once again, one more prompt for the accounts payable report. And of course, I'm going to use the AP, the accounts payable aging. That's it. All we need to do is send it over. And now it's going to create that report for us. Could not be easier. And the idea with these skills is to iterate over and over again until you get the skill just right and the report is exactly the way you want it. And that's what I've done. I've gone over each one of these anywhere from 7 to 10 times to make sure the report is just perfect. And that's what you're going to be able to download, which is really cool because you don't have to do any of the work that I've done. I've done it for you. Also, if you do get a chance, please check out my AI tool pack. I've got 12 different features in this pack, including an AI assistant, fix my formula. It'll fix any formula, just select on it, or even explain a formula too. And if you think there's a formula can be optimized. The Optimize My Formula is a great feature. Also, if you want to write code, nothing is easier than the Write My Code. Simply tell it what you want, and it's going to write the code for you, copy and paste it in there. You can also optimize. If you've got a lot of code, you want it optimized, spell check, you want it corrected, Optimize My Code does all that for you, and it'll even fix your code. Also, you can get fake data. I use that a lot, especially for the data today. Getting the fake data is super easy to get any data you want, or even real data. If you want real data into your workbook, simply just write out what you want, select this button, it'll do it for you. Take any dashboard, click one-click insights, and we've got some functions and really cool features and a ChatGPT function. All that inside the AI tool pack. I'll include the link down below. All right, so let's see how we're doing on this. We have the accounts receivable, and lastly, it's working on the accounts payable. So let's take a look at what it's doing. It's working on it. It still needs to update the column widths, but it should finish in just a moment. All right, it says it wants to move the sheet to the right position after accounts receivable aging to verify the final output. So it's already in the right position. The columns look correct and all the data is correct, and it's doing a final visual check. So I really like this add-in because it checks formulas, it checks visuals, it makes sure it's following your instructions, and it's done all of that. So it's super helpful in that. So we've now generated 5 different essential accounting reports in just a matter of minutes. Now it's time to add in our no-code navigational menu. So I'm simply going to put in a prompt here to build a navigational menu to tie all 5 reports together using, and then I'm just going to type in navigational, and I've got one right here called Excel navigational menu, and I'm just going to click it, and now it's going to build out. It's going to use column B. That's what it's designed to do. For each one of the 5 reports, it'll figure it out which ones are which, and it'll put the navigational menu and the right links. So let's take a look once it gets completed. Okay, it's now done. It looks like we've got a nice menu here. If we click P&L, it's going to lead us right to the P&L, balance sheet, cash flow, accounts receivable aging, accounts payable aging. It's now created a full no-code menu using hyperlinks to get to each sheet. So basically, we've created a complete financial reporting workbook with dashboard without any code in just a few minutes. And in the update that's coming next week for our members, I'll be adding a full KPI dashboard, additional reports, and based on your ideas and your suggestions. So please let me know in the comments what you think, what you want to see in this particular report. I'll be sending you all the skills in a package, all 6 skills, 5 skills for the individual reports, plus the last one, 6th one for the navigational menu in a zip file. And I'm going to include this Excel file as well. So make sure you do get the downloads, sign up if you haven't yet. I cannot wait to see what we'll be doing next week. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.